This man is leisurely enjoying the nightlife. Suddenly a lightning strike hit his house. A shadow suddenly appeared in front of the man, and the shadow resembled his deceased wife Evira. The man was immediately startled. Before he could react, the shadow slowly walked close. The shadow asked why the decoration in the house had changed. It even picked up a piece of clothing from the sofa. All of this left Charles in complete shock.
You're dead.
How dare you?
At that moment a woman walked over. Evira immediately asked Charles who that was.
My wife, Ruth.
Yes?
Ruth couldn't see Evira's presence, so she found it very strange that Charles was talking, but when she learned that Evira was standing next to her, Ruth was even more puzzled.
Charles, what are you playing at? Elvira's dead.
Charles tried hard to explain to Ruth about his resurrected ex-wife, but Ruth thought Charles was ill. She even got him a doctor the next day, but no problem was found. For the next period of time, the servants often saw Charles talking to the air. His condition made Ruth very worried, so she decided to send Charles to a psychiatric hospital. Charles immediately became anxious. He asked Evira to do something to prove she existed, so Evira immediately played the piano and casually drew a painting. The scene scared Ruth so much that she fled the house. But Evira felt no guilt at all. Instead, she took Charles to a tavern for a date, but Charles wasn't in the mood to enjoy the sweetness. The simultaneous presence of Evira and Ruth troubled him. Although he deeply loved Evira's death took his love away. Now he had given that love to Ruth. The complex emotions made his mind feel confused. This confusion lasted until the next morning. When Charles saw Ruth again, he realized that he liked Ruth. He deeply expressed his love to Ruth, and promised he would never love Evira again, but his words caused Evira to become jealous. She wanted to harm Ruth, so she poisoned the water that Ruth was drinking. She also caused supernatural events in the house. This frightened many servants and cooks away. She even secretly damaged Ruth's car. Eventually Ruth died in a car accident. Charles was immediately overwhelmed with despair. He angrily took a hammer and began searching for Evira. He made up his mind to make Evira pay for what she had done.